Have you ever stopped and looked at the unfairness in your life and thought, will the tables ever turn? Well, let me tell you, they're already turning. Those who laughed at you, who spoke behind your back, who refused to see your worth, all of them, yes, all of them, will one day have no choice but to honor your name. This isn't just wishful thinking, it's a reality in motion. Divine justice never fails, and the seeds for this moment have already been planted. So, get ready to witness it. The same voices that once mocked you will speak of your greatness. Your moment is coming, and no one can stop it. The path of those set apart for a higher calling is rarely smooth. It is littered with resistance that runs deeper than petty jealousy or personal slights. It is a battle waged on invisible fronts. Each confrontation feels deliberate. The erosion of trust, the whispers planted to unravel your resolve, and the invisible pressures that shadow your every step. These trials are not accidental coincidences, but deliberate hurdles meant to fracture your focus and distort the clarity of your purpose. Those who oppose you are not without strategy. Their weapons are sharpened with malicious intent, misrepresentation delivered with disarming smiles, stories manipulated like broken mirrors, reflecting only half-truths, and silence twisted to scream louder than any accusation. These efforts are not random strikes, but carefully curated patterns aimed to erode your foundation, turning confidence into hesitation and misdirection into their greatest tool. Behind such coordinated turmoil lurks a force less visible, but no less real. It thrives where tension festers and truth is suffocated. Like an unseen storm rolling in, it stirs discord and scatters trust like debris. Those under its pull do not merely lash out, but seek to entangle you in a labyrinth of deceit, where confusion masquerades as certainty. The intention is clear: to draw you into their chaos, to weigh you down with their fear, and to blur your path forward. Yet amidst the chaos, the unwavering still carry within them a purpose too resolute to be drowned by such noise. There is something undeniable about those set apart. They carry a quiet strength that unsettles the complacent and a brilliance that cannot be dimmed. It's an internal spark that draws others toward it, much like moths to an unseen flame. This distinction is more than a blessing. It is a calling that sets the stage for admiration or resistance. In their glow, others see reflections of their shortcomings, their unspoken failures magnified by the presence of someone who walks unshaken. The discomfort this stirs turns envy into action, as those who feel overshadowed seek ways to obscure the light they cannot replicate. Faced with such subtle opposition, a higher wisdom guides the response. It is not confrontation, but quiet refusal, a steadfast calmness that leaves no fuel for their fire. By choosing indifference over retaliation, every attempt to provoke is met with silence. A silence that frustrates, a silence that disarms. The schemes whispered behind closed doors lose their sting when they are met with stillness. This deliberate lack of engagement transforms the noise of detractors into background static, powerless to disrupt the focus of someone anchored in purpose. Time reveals what shadows seek to hide. The truth, like a river beneath the surface, finds its way into the light. Attempts to obscure or discredit are undone by their own weight, exposing the schemes for all to see. What was built in secret begins to crumble in plain view, leaving only the undeniable evidence of justice unfolding. Words spoken to tear down become echoes of failure, returning to those who cast them. The reckoning is not sought by human hands. It emerges naturally, an unshakable order, reclaiming its balance. Feel what it truly means to be chosen. You're not alone on this journey. If deep down you feel that you're chosen, you've come to the right place. Take the next step in connecting with us, unlocking exclusive content, and receiving the support you need on your spiritual path by clicking the Join button. This isn't just about being part of a community, it's about accessing unique insights that can transform your life and bring you closer to your divine calling. Make the choice today and walk this journey with us. Claim your place among the chosen ones. Join now. No weapon formed against you shall prosper. Isaiah 54:17. What they thought would destroy you has only strengthened you. Like gold, refined in fire, every trial has shaped you, hardened your resolve, and prepared you for this moment. They buried you, thinking it was your end, but they didn't realize you were a seed destined to rise. Every scheme, every word spoken against you became the very thing God used to elevate you. The tables haven't just turned, they've been reset. What was meant to break you is now building your testimony. The principle remains unchanged in any time, any age. What is hidden in darkness is drawn into the light, and what is planned in secret will ultimately falter beneath a greater force. Those who conspire to tear you down will encounter walls they cannot breach. Deception, slander, or manipulation, none hold power for long when confronted by a truth greater than human efforts. Trust becomes your anchor, a stillness that defies chaos. For faith is not the absence of movement, but the certainty that everything is already in motion. The outcome is assured, not by your striving, but by the authority of forces far beyond mortal reach. This is just the beginning. Subscribe now and be part of something powerful. The words that sustain you during trials are far more than fleeting reassurances. They carry the weight of unshakable truth. When adversity grows loud and circumstances seem unrelenting, these promises anchor you in certainty. They are not fragile comforts, but sturdy armor against the relentless waves of fear, uncertainty, and despair. Each declaration becomes a fortification, a shield absorbing the impact of doubts hurled in your direction. Standing firm upon these truths allows you to rise above the chaos, unwavering, while the storms of opposition lose their grip. In these moments, your endurance transforms from survival into quiet triumph. The unfolding of your purpose aligns with a timing that is beyond human control. The resolution you seek will not occur in the shallow space of impatience, but at the precise moment it carries the most weight. This process often appears delayed when viewed through mortal eyes, yet every moment is orchestrated for maximum significance. Your validation will come not as mere relief, but as undeniable evidence of a greater design. Those who have dismissed or opposed you will find themselves face to face with clarity that cannot be ignored. Their misjudgments will dissolve in the light of the truth, unmistakably revealing what was always destined. The victory that rises from your perseverance carries a meaning far beyond personal achievement. It is not about singular recognition. It is a reflection of a higher glory that works through you. Your strength in adversity becomes a beacon, a declaration that what was meant to harm can be repurposed for triumph. The tables turn not by force or strategy, but by a power that overrides every human effort. Even those who once sought your failure will stand in acknowledgement, not by choice, but as part of an unshakable order that cannot be circumvented. The outcome is a resounding testament. Nothing rooted in falsehood can endure against the certainty of truth. No effort to discredit or diminish those walking in purpose can remain unchecked. every action born from malice, every false word whispered in secret, and every deliberate plot aimed at your downfall is accounted for. Justice, though seemingly delayed, arrives with precision and power. The moment it unfolds is neither subtle nor hidden. It is undeniable and apparent to all. Those who conspired to see you fall will witness a reversal they cannot escape, a turning point where every intention of harm is met with visible retribution. This is not mere coincidence. It is the natural outworking of balance and truth reclaiming its place. The path of elevation brings a remarkable shift. Those who once harbored scorn and resentment find themselves forced into acknowledgement. Where there was criticism, there will now be admission. Where there was doubt, there will be recognition. This is not an act of revenge, but a fulfillment of universal law, a law that ensures the seeds planted, whether good or ill, yield their inevitable harvest. For those who chose to scatter discord and dishonor, their actions return to them tenfold. The weight of their own deeds leads them to stand as unwilling witnesses to the very success they tried to prevent. It is not retribution, but a recalibration of truth, exposing motives and transforming every insult into testimony. The victory that arises in such moments does not rest in secrecy. It is made public, deliberate, and unmistakable, leaving no room for misinterpretation. What was once spoken to tear you down loses its force, dissolving into irrelevance as your rise becomes a matter of undeniable fact. The same individuals who sought to silence you are compelled to honor you, not by choice, but by a force beyond their control. Their praise, however reluctant, testifies to a power far greater than human resistance, a power that turns every act of harm into a symbol of triumph. This moment is a declaration, unshakable and resolute. Nothing can stand in the way of truth fulfilled. The stone the builders rejected has become the cornerstone. Psalm 118:22. They counted you out, overlooked you, and tried to bury you. But what they rejected is now the foundation for something unstoppable. Like a tree whose roots stretch deep during the storm, you've grown stronger under pressure, defying every attempt to hold you back. While others took the easy road, you forged a path where none existed. You're not here by accident. This is your moment to rise. Don't just witness the change, step into it. Subscribe, and let's walk boldly together. There is something extraordinary about transforming hardship into purpose. When the very weight designed to crush you becomes the cornerstone of your wisdom, you embody what cannot be taught, experience earned in silence and fire. For those who resonate with this truth, connection awaits. This is an invitation to those who have long sought others, who understand the unseen battles and unspoken victories. A gathering place exists where authenticity thrives, a space untouched by pretense or performance. When the time is right, you will know where to look. Until then, the choice remains yours. To stand apart, unshaken, and walk with purpose only you can define. The nature of those marked for something greater reveals itself through a quiet strength and clarity that cannot be diminished. This inner distinction moves like a current, bringing life, power, and transformation wherever it flows. Opposing forces, rooted in bitterness and envy, attempt to muddy these waters. Yet, much like oil, rising to the surface in water, this calling remains untarnished, separate, and undeniable. The contrast is inevitable. The negativity that surrounds cannot blend with the purity of what you carry. Dear brothers and sisters, the peace of God be with you today. I am here to remind you of a profound truth. Our existence is grounded in God's divine plan, unshaken by the temporary concerns of the world. As the Bible says, whatever is done in faith will return to God in abundant blessing. Luke 6:38. Like that great oak tree, our roots are deeply rooted in God's universal truth. Every step we take, every stand we take, is secured by His strength. And now, you are being offered the opportunity to be part of that blessing. When you use the Super Thank You button and donate $100, this gesture will come back to you 100-fold in abundance. A deeper purpose illuminates the path of those walking in divine alignment. Their influence spreads naturally, drawing opportunity, favor, and direction that cannot be replicated or stolen. Others who harbor resentment and hostility are unsettled by this radiance. It mirrors back their own emptiness, leaving them unable to coexist peacefully in its presence. Though some may resist it, they cannot look away. The brilliance of what is being fulfilled stands as irrefutable evidence of something they cannot suppress or claim. Even the opposition itself becomes a tool for elevation. The same disdain, once hurled to diminish you, becomes the spotlight that magnifies your progress. What they hoped would tear you down transforms into an unintentional testimony of your endurance. Those misaligned with your purpose find themselves cast aside, unable to withstand the clarity of your direction. Others, compelled by forces they do not fully understand, are left with no choice but to acknowledge the very strength they once sought to ignore. The uniqueness you carry not only shields you, but transforms every space you enter. Attempts to cling to your path with doubt or conflict are effortlessly dissolved, unable to withstand the force of what covers you. This distinction is more than protection. It is a statement of purpose that cannot be silenced. Each word spoken against you eventually loses its weight, becoming hollow in the face of undeniable progress. The result is not simply personal triumph, it is a testament to resilience, purpose, and alignment with something far greater than the circumstances at hand. At its core, the opposition you face highlights an unavoidable truth. What was meant to suppress you becomes the very element that accentuates your rise. The weight of bitterness transforms into a pedestal for clarity, contrast making victory impossible to ignore. It is not through human striving that this happens, but through the orchestration of a power that redefines every hardship into an opportunity to reveal something extraordinary. The evidence is unmistakable. Nothing formed against what is destined will ever succeed. The clarity that comes with purpose cannot be obscured by the negativity of those who oppose it. The weight of their resentment pales in comparison to the brilliance of your calling, which remains untouched and unshaken. The division is intentional, allowing the truth of your path to rise above distractions. What is meant for you cannot be diluted or overtaken by bitterness. It shines all the brighter against opposition. These challenges are not random. They are opportunities to display resilience, to hold firm in what you carry, and to reveal the depth of your strength through unwavering focus. Endurance requires more than passivity. It demands wisdom in how you respond to adversity. Though circumstances may provoke you to strike back, your role is to act with calm confidence and deliberate restraint. Rather than succumbing to chaos, step aside and allow forces beyond your control to handle the unseen battles. Let stillness be your declaration of trust, a refusal to let external turmoil disturb the peace within you. True power is found not in reacting to every challenge, but in surrendering the outcome with the quiet certainty that purpose will always prevail. Ready to take the first step toward greatness? Subscribe now and let's begin. In moments of confrontation, drawing strength from consistent spiritual connection becomes indispensable. Time spent grounding your mind and heart protects you against the pull of negativity. Words of wisdom serve as a fortress, safeguarding your thoughts and actions. When hostility arrives with the aim to provoke or disrupt, detachment becomes the weapon that nullifies its effect. By disengaging, you strip conflict of its fuel and leave those who orchestrate it frustrated and powerless. Refusing to respond with emotional impulsivity is not weakness, it is the ultimate show of discipline and poise. The path forward also requires releasing the weight of resentment, a process that liberates you from the toxins of bitterness. Forgiveness does not excuse harm, but it cuts the invisible cord tethering you to it. The energy you preserve allows you to remain elevated, above the very noise designed to pull you down. Anger and hostility corrode the spirit, clouding clarity and consuming strength. Rising above these reactions means preserving your focus on what matters most. Just as pure water allows light to pass undisturbed, your spirit remains free of distortion when negativity is given no place to linger. Peace thrives when you guard it with intention, centering your thoughts on what uplifts and strengthens the spirit. Distractions, negativity, and voices of doubt are ever present, but their power only grows if given attention. Fix your focus on the path ahead, where clarity reigns and purpose guides each step. The noise of critics is fleeting. The work you are called to do holds far more significance. Redirecting your energy from unnecessary battles to meaningful action preserves both your strength and your vision. What truly matters will always rise above the chaos. As time moves forward, the unraveling begins. Those who sought to tear you down will watch as their carefully laid plans collapse. Their efforts to distort truth become their own undoing, forcing acknowledgement of the very value they once denied. This turning point isn't merely about proving others wrong. It becomes a reminder that endurance and integrity cannot be shaken. With each trial overcome, your resilience deepens, preparing you for the next level of growth. What once caused pain now becomes the groundwork for elevation, revealing not just what you've endured, but who you've become along the way. What you leave behind is shaped by how you rise in the face of adversity. Grace and strength define those who carry their trials with purpose, refusing to be defined by hardship. This is not a moment for validation from others, but a time to embrace the assurance already secured for you. There is no need to defend what is already evident. Struggles often birth the greatest transformations. The trials endured in silence become the foundation of the harvest ahead, ensuring that the lessons learned and the wisdom gained ripple far beyond this moment. Every unseen effort, every tear withheld, and every quiet act of perseverance is nurturing something greater. What was hidden, carefully cultivated beneath the surface, is ready to emerge. Blessings are beginning to unfold. Doors are opening, opportunities are multiplying, and the growth you fought for is now taking form. These rewards are more than tangible gains. They bring deeper understanding, influence, and the ability to elevate those around you. What you poured into this journey, even when it seemed unnoticed, is returning in abundance. Each step forward confirms that no effort, no act of obedience was ever wasted. This season of success carries a purpose far beyond personal gain. What unfolds in your life is designed to impact others on a greater scale, creating ripples that extend far beyond your immediate reach. As your influence grows, so does your opportunity to be a source of light direction, and encouragement for those still searching for clarity. Your story becomes more than a testament to perseverance. It transforms into a bridge that guides others toward a greater understanding of purpose and hope. This elevation is not about recognition for its own sake. It is about using what has been entrusted to you to lift others into their own victories. Even those who once stood against you play a significant role in this unfolding story. The very individuals who sought to undermine your journey inadvertently become part of its proof. As their resistance crumbles and their acknowledgement becomes public, the impact resonates far beyond the moment. The contrast between opposition and the ultimate outcome offers undeniable clarity, becoming a lesson for onlookers and skeptics alike. The transformation of their disdain into reluctant respect highlights a reality no one can deny. What is meant to rise cannot be suppressed, and no efforts can dismantle what has been divinely positioned to stand. For those who have grown weary through seasons of struggle, the present breakthrough brings more than relief. It delivers renewed strength. This moment, born out of endurance, serves as a reminder that every setback was temporary and every hardship had a purpose. Where there was once heaviness, there is now movement. Where there was doubt, a fresh surge of clarity takes its place. What once seemed unattainable now comes within reach, revealing that faith, even when tested, leads to outcomes greater than imagined. The path of resilience becomes a guiding light for those still navigating their own battles, showing them that perseverance is never wasted. The power of truth is timeless. While falsehoods may thrive for a moment, they are no match for the enduring strength of what is real. The very voices that once sought to diminish your journey now echo back as confirmations of its validity. This victory is not just an end to a chapter, it is the foundation of a new beginning, a starting point for greater opportunities, deeper impact, and a legacy that will continue to unfold. What was once resistance has transformed into momentum, propelling you forward and expanding the scope of your influence. This is not the end of the story, but the beginning of a new chapter where purpose and opportunity converge, bringing hope to those who need it most. Feel the spark. Let's turn it into a flame. Subscribe now and join the journey. What is unfolding in this season becomes more than a victory for you. It serves as a blueprint for others. Time and again, both history and the journeys of those who endured before you demonstrate that resilience leads to restoration, and opposition becomes the backdrop for transformation. Your experience is not an isolated triumph. It is evidence for others that hardship does not have the final word. The circumstances meant to undermine you have been overturned, not just slightly, but completely, aligning in ways that bring purpose into focus. Your rise reflects a far greater narrative, one where each step contributes to something beyond yourself. This moment marks the threshold of something deeper, an invitation to fully embrace the role you were prepared for. The recognition arriving now is not a destination, it is a signal, urging you to move forward with renewed confidence. The challenges you have endured shaped the person standing here today, ready to bring purpose into action. What has been restored to you is not for fleeting applause. It is a platform to amplify the greater truth that carried you through every trial. Step into this space not with pride, but with certainty, knowing that your endurance has set the stage for something far greater to unfold. Your journey speaks to those still navigating their struggles, unseen and unheard. Every word you share becomes a spark, illuminating the way for those who have felt surrounded by darkness. There are lives waiting to be transformed by the authenticity of your story. Now is the time to build bridges of connection, to encourage others to share their own battles and victories. These moments of shared truth create waves of hope, empowering those who might otherwise remain silent. By standing in your truth, you demonstrate that every struggle can become a stepping stone, and that every season of waiting holds a promise of purpose. This shared purpose flourishes when those who are called to lead come together. Whether through offering time, wisdom, or resources, every contribution strengthens the collective journey forward. The work ahead is not meant to be carried alone. Supporting one another, encouraging growth, and extending grace creates a foundation where faith can thrive. In this shared mission, individual victories become communal breakthroughs, aligning hearts and efforts toward a purpose that extends far beyond any one person. Together, this collective strength has the power to uplift and transform, building a legacy of enduring hope and impact.